What you're seeing right now is the project as it existed directly from the scene software. And I want to talk to the overview map. So this is one of the deliverables I personally love. I feel like it's a very underused. So I want to speak to this because, again, I gave you this data to be used in the Ferozone software. So all I'm going to do is come up here and create an overview map. What this is doing is that it is essentially creating a 2D diagram of our project to include all of the scan positions and where they were located in the scene. It provides a lot of information for us, but more importantly, it is creating what is called it's a TIFF file, meaning we're going to have an image. So that's going to be the sketch essentially. And then we're going to have a text file that is associated with it. It is that text file that keeps this image to a known scale. So when it's imported into Ferozone, you don't have to do anything to scale it. You don't have to have a known measurement to make sure that it's accurate within the software. It will bring this known scale in with it. So the overview map has now been created. I'm just going to go up here to overview map and open it. And what you're seeing again is a perfect to a known scale. Everything's to scale, but to a known accurate scale, pretty much like a sketch. And I always kind of compare this to, in all my days of sketching, I was not using colored pencils. I was using a gray pencil on white paper. This is no different, except this looks way better than mine because my chairs would be way too big and my bodies would be way too small. So what this is giving us is an overview of the scene, just like it's called. All these blue circles you see here are scan positions. So this gives you an idea when we start to import the point cloud, if you are using laser scanners, the position of the scanner in order to capture the scene in its entirety. The 3D laser scanner is a line of sight device, so we must move it in order to capture everything completely. So you'll see that there are some walls and partitions here. There are some additional rooms here in the back. And if I zoom in a little bit, you can even see the outline of all the chairs. These were some benches. You can see an outline of the body here in the center of the screen. In order to use this in Ferozone, all you want to do is turn off these scan positions. We don't need them. They're not important to us. It's the outline, the floor plan that's important to us, especially if we want a simple 2D diagram. So in order to do that, I would just go into the settings here and turn off my scan positions. You have this now in your data, and we will import it into Ferozone. It is simple to export this out. When you're in the scene software, you just export your overview map. Again, you will see, if I pop up my files here, my overview map, you have two files. The image itself, if I open this up here, you'll see the image. And then the next file is this text file. So this is what keeps that image to the accurate scale. The next thing that I want to talk about, because this is also very impactful and people love to use these for 2D diagrams, is an orthographic photo. What an orthographic photo requires is a clipping box. And in this particular case, the clipping box was used to take off the ceiling. So you'll see now we can look straight down into our scan data. Orthographic photo works very similarly to the overview map. It is again creating a TIFF image. So if I come up here to my apps in the software, I can go to orthographic photo generator and create an ortho photo. I'm not going to get too much into what else I can do in here. I'm going to make a couple changes real quick, and I'm going to click on create ortho photo. Again, you already have this. I'll throw it on my desktop just so you can see. You already have this in your files, but this is essentially what this is going to look like. So now instead of just a sketch of our scene, we have a photograph, a two-dimensional photograph of the entire project that we can use for diagramming in Ferozone, which we will be doing. So this is a great way to not only put in your walls, put in the areas that you know are partitioned off, so our additional rooms out here, but this is a great way to determine where exactly your furniture is located, right? I can see all of the chairs here for the barbershop. I can see brooms. I can see evidence placards as well. So this is where I could easily go in, as we will, and grab symbols from the symbol library in Pharaohzone and start to pop those into the scene to recreate it in a three-dimensional world. Again, we're going to use both of these to import into Pharaohzone to assist us with that diagramming. And that's as quick as it did that. So then again, because you have your data there, this is a TIFF file again, image, text to keep it to scale. So this is what you have for this project. And it has the text file with it. These two files, both in the orthographic photo and the overview map, must stay married together. So if you are working on a different project, if you're working on your own scene and you're deciding you're going to use one or the other to do a diagram, you must make sure that they are saved in the same location. When you import a file like this into Pharaohzone, it will look for both files so that it comes into scale. So you have to make sure that they are in the same location. So I'm going to go ahead and back out of this real quick